nursing will go in. I have good rapport with him. I'll sit down. You know, I even roll my chair into his bedside so we can actually sit and talk one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're, okay, let's feed you and get up out of here. That's really not the case. And
no, I
while
could tell you guys
there,
had a good rapport.
We talk. And I'm like, anything going on today? No. You know, and he's
but
so
that's what I'm
harsh.
saying. Even before the
But
stroke,
say,
he's had the same clothes. Like, he showed up to LA a few years ago. He had holes in his shoes this big. Those are the shoes he wore to the hospital. I mean, the man won't buy things for himself. He won't. I was like, Dad, I'm leaving tomorrow for a week. Whitney's coming in, my sister, and then Claudia will be back, and then I'll be back. I was like, you need to tell me, is everything okay? Because over the phone, he doesn't want me to worry. Yeah. But he's been doing this. He was, before his stroke, the whole, week and a half, he was like, I got to go, Ash. We talk 3 times a day. He was like, I got to take a nap. He never says that.
Now, that was the day you called. I was actually in the room feeding him, and his phone was ringing, and it was your name on there. Or I didn't see your name. He just said, that's Ash. He didn't say Ashley. He said Ash. And I was like, well, answer it. And he's like, I'm tired. But now, with that having been said, he had also been through therapy. And they run him down. I mean, they literally worked him because.
And that was another thing because they had orders on the.
I got you right here.
Thank you, sweetie. They had they wanted PT every day, OT every day, all this stuff, a speech PT 5 times a week, and then I called. I don't know who I spoke to yesterday, and I was like, I'm actually coming. It's coming from Memorial. They're like, no, he hasn't doing that. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He had OT offered one time, and I guess he canceled or he
correct me if I'm wrong. Our therapy is contracted out as well, right?
It is.
So
it's kind of based on it's very well based on exactly what he wants because it is at his expense. So it's completely based on what he wants, how many minutes of therapy he wants to do. So if he wants to receive more therapy,
I mean, my first thing is Bonnie not here anymore, or she is?
She's right here.
You're Bonnie? I've heard so many things about you. You're the angel. So, it's nice to meet you. Ashley Cummings, pleasure. I thought you just came in here to be a hole in the, a pretty bird on the wall. So do you guys have all of these? These are I don't know if these are new physician orders.
No, that's ones we send with him during appointments.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you guys know, and I told them, oh no, that was Memorial. I get mixed up. These PRNs and stuff, he does not do good on drugs. Anything more than Advil, or he'll go crazy. He'll hallucinate.
He hasn't had anything since
he butt naked trying to fight out of his bed at Emory University. And this is before he's even that, and I was so proud of myself because at that point he had, things here. He had all over the place. Here. I think he had the nose thing then. And so he starts taking off his shirt. I could tell they had given him something, and I keep telling every place, I'm like, he never even smoked pot. He got drunk 3 times a year, with me. And, and so he doesn't do well on benzos. He kind of hallucinates, anything like that. So I saw the oxycodone, but I see it's all PRN. So
and he's not had one of those since he's been here.
And I would honestly say for all of it, for everybody's sanity, if he does, have something that happens that he needs something really strong, go with the Tylenol, the strongest or whatever. I don't know.
He had a headache the other day, and I gave him a leave, and he did fine.
Exactly, and that
we never go
a leave hits him like a Xanax would, or you know what I'm trying to say. That's a Xanax to him.
Yeah. But now we never go straight to the oxycodone. We always work our way up. You got minimum amount of pain, moderate, mild.
Yeah,
the severe is the oxycodone. So,
right.
Unless you're bleeding, but broke your leg or something, you don't get the oxycodone.
Right. Yeah.
You have to really warrant, your condition has to warrant the oxycodone. You're not just going, okay, I'm tired of it. That's not the way you do it.
Right.
Contrary to popular belief in a lot of people. That's
well, no, that you know what? I'm sure you guys know this. Emory's supposed to be the one of the best stroke centers in the country. Every time, and I was going there every 2 weeks. I live in Los Angeles. This is my 30th trip to Georgia since his stroke. But every time I'd go there, it was like he was on heroin. Literally, just because I think they just leave him there. If family's not there, they just leave him there. And then a day and a half that I'm there, he'd start to wake up. It was 5 times that I went there. And 5 times I'm telling him, like, you can't give him drugs. And that was when he started to wake up and take off his I'm like, Dad, this is not the nude section of Emory. Put your clothes back on. And then he gave me that crazy eye look that I know when he has drugs. I was like, uh-oh. And so he starts getting up. I want to get out of here. And so I elbow him down. And I made a deal because those restraints they had because he was pulling stuff. I hate seeing because he wakes up so confused. He also pulls on them so he gets sores. And
see, we were restraint free, so you don't have to worry about that.
I know, but we needed them then because there were so many drugs. He was pulling stuff out. He's not doing that anymore.
Well, he had a nightmare probably a week or two after he got here, and he did snatch his trach at 1 o'clock, and I was working. Yeah. And he was like, "You can stay out." I'm like, "No, it can't stay out, because we got to clean it up." And we put it back in, but we collared him, put the better fitting collar on him.
So much better. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the smaller trach than he had before, but why they didn't do that before. So I made a deal. I'm always like wheeling and dealing with these hospitals. I was like, if I'm in the room, can we have the things off? Yeah. So of course, and then he's taking his clothes off. I said, "Person, my father never wanted to. Plus, he's got a catheter because he's got a UTI." So I put one elbow down and like another elbow down and like grabbed the nurse phone. And I kept him down, not a cord out of place. She was like, "You did that by yourself?" I was like, "Come on, help me out. Get this man down." So, no, I just wanted to come in and touch base with you guys and see if, because I know.
Is that all the complaints? I know that was.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think that's enough. But I own a small business, and I can't manage. I have 12 employees. You know what I mean? I can't watch them all, and I hear some gnarly shit. Excuse my language.
We do want them to be accountable, and we do
contacting my clients through Facebook. Just stuff happens, and I'm just walking in here like, this is what my dad said. I want you guys to know. You know. And then another thing is, and then we can talk about this tomorrow. We don't have to talk about this now. When I went and sat with Casey for a while, so I see this. And then I hear, basically besides when you met with him Monday, he said since you met with him, people have been a little bit more attentive and taking care of him. But I'm like, so what are you guys going to do for me here? Because a lot of the services are being charged for were obviously not only not provided, but, nobody wants to be left in their feces, So if you want to think about that, and we can rediscuss and kind of move on from there. My sister will be here on the 3rd, and then you'll just see a revolving door of comings.
And that's great. We love that. I mean, the more family, the better.
Totally. And then I'm going to try to get, as soon as you guys get back to me on anything you want to or can do or whatever you find out would be great. And so I can get some money over here because, as I understand, you guys are owed money.
I don't know. I don't do the business part.
Well, that was the other question because I'm like, who is my point of contact here?
Casey is the business office.
Okay, but you're the social worker for us, so you kind of like are our liaison for things. So I should call you. I should call.
You can call Bonnie.
Okay.
The ON.
A lot of times, if it comes to nursing issues, I'm writing up all these complaints. But
thank you.
If it comes to a nursing issue,
I think he's also nervous because he thinks that if complaints come up, that like they're going to be mean to him at night.
They won't know. Other than that, it's the person that's doing it. They won't know. Not everybody will know that's providing this care. He'll be free of any retaliation, I promise you. Or they won't be working here. Because that says we have zero tolerance.
Well, it's crazy because I went to, I looked it up online. They sent him to Thunderbolt. I don't know if you've ever heard of Thunderbolt. It's a horrible place. And they sent him there, and in 2 days he was in the ICU with pneumonia and BTI back and all this crap. Like right when we were starting to come, it's been a year, 14 months of just like this. And and like when his heart stopped 7 Saturdays ago, for the first time it was like God came through. Like I told him that it's okay to let go if he wants, But I always like cry. I feel like the most steady voice because I was like more than seeing this and you struggle. think I just want you to be comfortable, whatever is comfortable and whatever you want. But I didn't cry somehow, you know. So it's been a tough road, and I mean, he's a warrior. I mean, so many doctors have said I would have given up a long time ago. You know, like he's a medical miracle. So
he's strong-willed. I mean, that he'll be determined he's going to beat it.
yeah, and I think he's at the point though that, like, you know, once we go back, I'm gonna fly in on like the 16th. Our next appointment is the 17th over at Memorial, and you know, I just know that, and I respect this because I wouldn't want that life either. But if it's determined that he will not swallow again, and that's why they want to get on they want the speech therapy, they want the, you know, everything they can be doing, the breathing, the everything. You know, I don't blame him, but I just don't think he'd want to live that way. And I mean, Dr. Hall that was with him at Signature said, I know a lot. He's like, Ashley, I know a lot of families, and they're, you know, patients, and their families are happy, and they live for years and years, and but that's their choice. He goes, I would never choose that. You know, so. You know, I just wanted to make sure there's anything I could do to, like, enlighten you guys about that, and maybe you could protect him from me. He's like a little boy now, you know, he's been through a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not asking you to give him extra attention than any of the other patients, of course.
But the thing, and that's what I was trying to get to a while ago, and I lost my train of thought. Anytime there's
That was
a
you all the
complaint,
time.
we don't go to the staff member and say, Mr. Cummings had a complaint on you. We're not
Right.
gonna
Okay,
ever
good,
do that.
thank you.
That's
No,
the
we
facility
investigated.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Everything is free of retaliation. They'll never know where the complaint come from because we'll never say his name, period. We'll make it as a whole. Not
Yeah, and that's actually the way that I run my small business. It's a much smaller thing. I'm like,
facility,
yeah,
not
exactly.
just
Like,
one
we
patient.
are a team.
Right.
So let's learn from this and move on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like big boss lady. Like, we're a team, and we grow and learn together.
And that's how, and
And
we're
that's
all
how.
about re-education. If we once we've
And that's what
identified
we
a
did.
problem, we'll re-educate.
That week that he had those concerns, we called in a meeting, and we just did it as a whole.
I got trust in you. I like you, Bonnie.
You know, we just did it as a whole.
I'm like, what's yourself? No, but is it the easiest to get to you? Are you here most days?
Oh God, yes. Long hours.
Like me, yeah?
Yes.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week,
yes.
minimum.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you guys have any more questions or comments for me? Do you feel like, or any other information?
I'm gonna order a requested more OT and PT, or do you want to do that also?
Yes, and then I don't know should I talk to Casey about that, because I don't even know if there needs to be like approval, but yeah, they want him moving more. I'm gonna talk to him right now. Is he like not wanting to go outside, like because he's tired? I know that.
Dad,
Yeah,
he'll go
I
out
know
on that
that
porch, but he don't want to go like out in the heat, like direct sun. And I think
that trip yesterday was
Claudia put him in the
intense.
car with the sunroof down.
The Mustang convertible.
I said,
But I got a picture of them going in the Mustang convertible, and then I got a picture of the optician. Right now, it's like.
I took that picture with him and her together.
No. Oh yeah. And you know what? He told her he liked that dress like 3 years ago. She wears that dress every single. I'm like,
there's reasons for wearing that dress, though.
she's something. Believe me, I don't know. It was very interesting. He was at Landmark after Memorial, and as far as I know, he's with this other woman who's now gone and took a lot of money, and that's a whole other story. It's been like a General Hospital for real. And so I walk in, and knowing that the margarita lady's behind, and I walk in. My brother flew in from London, and there's this blonde woman by his bed. I'd never seen her. And I'm like, my brother and I are like trying to be like James Bond. And I'm like, text her and tell her to wait outside a second. I'm like, hi, and then like she's asking me questions like, like obviously trying to ask if he's married and stuff like that. I'm like, Kevin, just stay outside. I'm like, can I just talk to you outside for a second? Meanwhile, we didn't know that he had left shirts of his that he left at her house. But the Michelangelo card next to his head, my dad is not religious, he's more now. And then she brought this this, and we're not good liars like Kevin and I. Whitney's pretty good, but this 4th of July thing is 4th of July, and so they must have passed each other in the hallway. I mean, it was like that, and Kevin's like, "Oh my god." So we walk in. She walks in. She's like, "Oh, who brought the Archangel?" I go, "Kevin." My brother's an atheist. I just didn't know what to do. He goes, "Oh yeah, it came from my wife." They're kind of, and then he's like, she goes, "Oh, this is really good." I was like, "Yeah, I got it, 4th of July." And, we're just trying to cover my dad's ass, basically. And nobody saw the shirts yet, though. So she's like snooping around. I think she sent something. She deserved it. I think she was cheating on him. Like, last time I came, she was like 4 months pregnant. And Dad's like, "No, she just gained some weight." And I'm like, "Dad, she's pregnant. And it ain't by you." But then she's, "Oh, who sent these shirts? He's been wanting shirts." And Kevin and I are both like, I got nothing.
She brought him some dry cleaning clothes. She brought him some dry cleaning clothes last week for his vision appointment.
Yeah, no.
Had him looking sharp.
I think she really loves him. I think she wants to be with him. But I think she's a real religious lady, and she was very connected. And when she first started calling me, I was like, "You're out of control. You have my card, right?"
I did.
Isaac.
She's telling me that she that's my cell, the 999. And I'm always the easiest to get in touch with. Just, Whitney and her 3 assistants, for some reason, don't know how to answer phones. But, yeah, it was a funny story. I forgot the end of the story I was just telling you.
You forgot it.
What was it? What was I just
About
telling
the
you?
shirts. You said she didn't ask about the shirts.
I was like, well, I better take him home and, get him out of here.
The religious thing is what she was saying. She's hyper religious and calling him Isaac or something.
Oh, that's right. So she started calling me, telling me that she talks to my dead grandmother and Mother Mary. And I'm like, okay. But at this point, it's like, your dad's fighting for his life. You're flying back and forth. You're not sleeping.
Funny character, though. I mean, like.
You know what she is, though?
She's funny.
She's consistent.
She cares about him.
She's consistent.
She does care about him.
Besides me, she's come to see my father more than anyone else. My sister's been 4 times. This is my 30th. His brother's been 5. So, and if I can get people here when I need to be there, I'm good,
But we'll handle it. I mean,
Thank you so much. And I hope there was no, misunderstanding or miscommunication. I was just coming here with love and, hopefully, and I would want to know all that stuff, and I do. I got to give you a hug. Can we do a selfie later? But, when people write me, I'm so grateful because when I find out stuff like that's going on, and that's a yoga studio, So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me.
if y'all need me, let me know.
And call me for anything. Want to wrap out, Bonnie? Hot goss? Hiya.
Hey.
Dad, it is so motherfucking cold in here. I know, I didn't think to bring it because it's been so cold.
Mr. Cummings, now you got a button. How do you like it?
Looks strong.
It looks strong. It's stronger than the other ones now.
Good.
What's up?
Good
Yeah.
job.